Hello everyone, welcome to the World Monologue Games 2021 main professional category results. I am excited to be here and to see a few people also excited. That's really great. My name is Pete, for those of you who don't know me, and I am the creator of World Monologue Games, and I am going to announce the winners very soon. So just a little bit of background. We have had 350 performers in this year's regional finals. We've had 51 countries involved, which is pretty phenomenal if you ask me. 27 shows, 6 categories. We've just had 8 shows in the main professional category over the last 2 weekends, and we're going to announce the 20 winners who are going through to the global finals. All right, I'm dreadfully renowned for padding and milking time, but I'm going to try to be disciplined today and deliver you the information that you would like without unnecessary explanations like this one. But I just will say one thing before I go into the slideshow, because I can't see the chat messages and it's just me talking to my computer after that. As soon as I press the go live button, my whole face gets itchy. It's so annoying. Anyway, that's random pointlessness. Let's do it. Let's see these results. Okay. I'm not going to, like I said, I won't be able to see the chat anymore. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see your cheers of joy or your outrage at how bad the judges are, or however you're going to react to this. But let's do it, my friends. Let's do it. So the main professional category results. Little explanation about how the judging works. We have had a panel of judges come into the regional finals. Every show has a different lineup, and every judge votes in this way. They get 3 placements, and their first place gets 3 points, their second place gets 2 points, and their third place gets 1 point. It's pretty straightforward. In the viewer vote, everybody gets 2 votes of equal value. So there's no first place or second place, it's just your 2 selections. Who is going through to the globals? Well, from each of the 8 shows, we're putting through the top 2 in the judge's choice. So every category is a bit different depending on the number of shows and the number of performers, etc. This is how we're doing it for the main pro category. And then we put the top 4 viewer vote winners from across the whole series. So in some shows, we put the viewer vote winner through, even the viewer vote top 2. But because of the number of shows, we didn't have room for 24 people in the globals. So it's the 4 across the whole main pro category. That's 20 in total. Maths. Okay, so just a little explanation about how the viewer vote works for anyone who's curious. So what we do is we count the percentage of votes that every person receives. So the obviously, there will be some shows where a lot more people vote than other shows, and obviously, if we just counted the raw numbers, that would be very unfair, so we don't do that. We count the percentage, and then we do some adjustments based on the number of competitors, because if you're in a show with 12 people versus in a show with 19, just like statistically speaking, it's going to be, you'll get fewer votes if you're in the show with the larger lineup. So on your screen is just a brief explanation of how we do the adjustments. We kind of divide it by the number of competitors and times it by 16, which was like the baseline. So sometimes that means your percentage of the vote goes up. Sometimes it means it goes down, just depending on how many people were in the event. And that keeps it nice and fair, mathematically speaking. Okie dokie. Oh, special considerations. So if there's a tie in the judges' points, we use the viewer vote as a decider. And so far, every round of World Monologue Games has had that scenario, and spoiler alert, this is no different. That has happened once or twice, or thrice. Let's do it, guys. So, the main professional category winners from our Africa and Asia show. Speaking of the tie in judges' points and the viewer vote. That's happened here. So we have a tie in second place, which means that the viewer vote winner is the one who's gone through. The way I've done this is I've highlighted both of the equal placements according to the judges, and then I've noted which one had the higher percentage of the audience vote. So as far as the judges are concerned, you're equal, but we've had to find a way to decide who goes through. That is now a verb. Okay, so without further ado, our equal second placement winners for this show, Africa and Asia, are Erin Adele Clark from Taiwan and John Brownlee from Taiwan. And John, congratulations. You got the higher percentage of the viewer vote. So you are going through to the global finals of World Monologue Games 2021. Rock and roll, John. That is awesome. And that is because John is a genius, for those of you who saw his performance and are in the know. He knows what an Okinawa is. He's a very smart man. And that leaves our Judges' Choice winner from Africa and Asia. And our Judges' Choice winner goes through to the global finals. That person is Kisa Wallace from the Northern Mariana Islands with 6 judges' points. Congratulations, Kisa, if that's how you pronounce your name. Apologies if it's not. You've made it to the globals. So, John, Kisa, that is fantastic. We're really excited to have you there. Australia. Now, I should have said this earlier, just some really incredible talent in this year's World Monologue Games. Last year was great, but the bar has been raised in 2021. Pretty much every judge who's carried over from last year has said this. They've commented to me how good the performers are this year. So I think there's a degree of people have improved their skills, or they've learned from what tends to work well in this format. And we're just also attracting some fantastic new actors. So I think it's really important to note that there will be some very fine performers who do not make it through to the global finals. And it's a pity that we can't accommodate more people, but we can only accommodate who we can accommodate. So yeah, please, if you haven't made it through, don't feel like that means you're not a brilliant performer, because there are some really top people who have just missed out. Having said that, there are also some brilliant performers who are going through to the globals, all deserved winners in my opinion. And let's see who is being sent through from Australia. Well, we have the exact same scenario again, with a tie for second place in the judges' choice. 2 of these performers both have 4 judges' points, and only one of them, unfortunately, goes through to the globals. That is the person with the higher percentage of viewer votes. Our 2 second place equal champions are Luke Stiles and Victoria Hopkins. And Victoria, congratulations. You are going through to the globals with a higher percentage of the viewer vote. That leaves our winner from Australia with 7 points from the judges. It's a good lead. The judges were, it was interesting watching the judges' points. Probably no one wants to hear this. They just want to know who won. I'll come back to my note about the judging, the distribution of judging points later. So for now, I might announce the winner of the main pro category Australia. This person is going through to the global finals of World Monologue Games 2021, and it is Stephen Walker. Congratulations, Stephen. I was trying to say both your names at once, Steva. Victoria, Stephen, you guys are going through to the globals. Huge congratulations. Now, bearing in mind, of course, that the viewer vote winners will not be the same people who are being selected, so it could be anyone. If your name has not been called as one of the top 2 so far in each of these categories, that does not mean you do not have a shot. Moving on to Europe. In third place with 5 points from the judges, Anais Anderson from Germany. Congratulations, an ace. Huge achievement. Very competitive shows, and the judges' third place is pretty darn good. We have a tie for first, but, you know, in terms of progression, it's a fairly moot point because first and second are going through anyway. However, what's interesting is that both of these performers have 6 points from the judges, so it was very marginal. Only 1 point separated first and third place. But our equal first champions are both winning a spot in the World Monologue Games Global Finals, and their names are Adriana Papana from Italy and Rafael Ferenc from Poland. Adriana, Rafael, you are going to the Globals. Congratulations, guys. That is awesome. It's going to be great to see you there. Let's see who is going through from Canada. In third place, in the judges' choice from Canada, I'm actually going to take a quick sidebar and say Canada and Australia smashed it in this year's games. There were so many great performers who got excellent scores in the qualifying round that we have done 2 shows from each of those countries. So there was Canada and Toronto, and then there was Australia and Sydney, because there were just so many great Canadian and Aussie performers. And that was not the only category where a lot of Canadians and Aussies went through. So clearly the countries with the world's best actors. And I'm not saying that as an Australian. I'm saying that as objective fact. Okay, let's come back to the results. Let's see who came third. With 5 judges' points, Margalie R. Bazinet from Canada. Congratulations. And like in the last round, we have a tie for first. So these 2 folks are both going through to the global finals. They're both from Canada. They both have 7 points from the judges. So again, there is not much separation between first and third. Our Canadian winners are Julian Nelson and Jessica Buchanan. Julian, Jessica, congratulations. You guys are going through to the global finals of World Monologue Games 2021. Be excited. I command you to be excited. Great performances from those guys. Very powerful, dynamic performance from Julian, and Jessica was a hilarious uterus, if you missed that one. Moving on to Sydney. In Sydney, well, we had a 4-way tie for second place. It was very, very divided amongst the judges. It was very hard to pick a winner, and in fact, we've had to call on the viewers to help us determine who that well, not winner per se, but person progressing to the globals is. 3 points apiece. The equal second places were Anna Vivus, Carmen Lisiak, Emily Teed, Will Kostopoulos, and the winner in terms of the viewer vote from those 4s, Emily Teed. Congratulations, Emily, you are going through to the global finals. That leaves our judges' choice winner also going through to the globals with 5 points. Emily McKendry. Emily and Emily. It's easy to remember. Emily's, congratulations. You've made it through to the global finals. Congrats to Will, Carmen, and Anna as well. Very, very little separating you. Moving on to the Americas and the Middle East. In third place of the judges' choice, with 4 points from the judges, it is Jasmine Reed from the United States. This moves us on to second place with 5 judges' points. And this is probably the juncture where I say it was close in the judging. It was really, really close. There were, in most rounds, as you've seen, there was not much separating the top and the others in the top 3, or sometimes the top 6 were all in the top 3 because of equal voting, etc. But in second place, 5 points, and our latest entrant to the global finals, Siobhan Monique from the USA. Siobhan Monique, congratulations, you are in the global finals. This leaves our winner with 8 judges' points. It's a good little jump. In first place, and winning a spot in the World Monologue Games global finals in 2021. It's Hugo Capoletto from Brazil. Hugo, congratulations, my man. You are through to the global finals along with Siobhan Monique. Congratulations, Siobhan Monique and Hugo Capoletto. I am going to be seeing you guys soon at the World Monologue Games 2021 Global Finals, along with some very fine folk from the United Kingdom. In our judges' choice, in third place with 4 points, it's Martin McMorrow. Congratulations, Martin. Great performance, really great. And if you think about it, since the judges' first place receives 3 points, there's really just not much separating our top 3 in many of these rounds. It could have just been, someone getting a first place instead of a third. Could have been all the difference. But let's move on and see who came second with 6 judges' points. It's Mr. James Elms. James, congratulations, you're going through to the global finals. James is no stranger to the global finals. He was in them last year, so welcome back, mate. In first place, with 7 points from the judges, also winning a spot in the global finals, it's Christopher Beck. Congratulations, Christopher. You and James have made it to the globals. Awesome stuff. Huge congratulations, James and Christopher. We're looking forward to having you back in the globals. And Toronto. Well, we had a 4-way tie in third place. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. The judges were all again struggling to pick the people they thought stood out the most in Toronto. But in equal third place, each with 2 judges' points, we have Kadrian Enya, Grace Emily Miller, Leslie Robertson, and Jennifer Hoffman. Congratulations, folks. That is a fantastic achievement. And in equal first, a tie in the judges with 8 points. So this is why we had so many people in third place with just a small number of points, relatively small, because the top 2, or the equal first, hogged all of the judges' points. So this was the round where the judges were clearest on their top 2, but then had a lot of trouble picking their next placements. So winning a spot in the World Monologue Games Global Finals for 2021. In first place, equally, with 8 judges' points, we have Joanna Deck and Madison Seguin from Canada, along with everybody else from this round, because it was Toronto, Canada. Joanna, Madison, congratulations, ladies. You are through to the global finals. This brings us to our viewer vote. What's this? Viewer vote top 6, but I thought only 4 people were going through. Why are we showing the top 6, Pete? Why indeed, Pete replies. Let's see what happens here. Some of you have probably figured it out. Many of you. In 6th place, from Europe, in the main professional category. They're all from the main professional category, but I've included that on the on the PowerPoint, so you're going to see it, you're all going to hear it. With 19.4% of the viewer vote, Anais Anderson from Germany. Congratulations, Anais. You came 6th overall out of the, God, how many were there? 125 performers in the main professional category, I think. It was a huge number. That might be trying to remember now. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not going to try to figure it out now, but it was like at least 100. So yeah, massive achievement. Let's see who came 5th. From Toronto, with 21.6% of the overall viewer vote after any adjustments. It's Madison. Madison. I remember seeing your name earlier as the judge's choice selection. So you're already going through to the globals. But hey, you came 5th as well, so that's pretty awesome. Congratulations. Double love. Love from the judges, love from the viewers. Anyone figured out why I've included 6 now? I'm just going to pull the band-aid off, Anais. Yes, you have made it through. That's what this all means. Congratulations, my friend. You have made it through to the global finals. And in 4th place from Sydney, with 22% of the vote, Animodu Paul. Animodu, you're in the globals. Congratulations. Smashing achievement. In 3rd place from the Americas and the Middle East in the main professional category with 22.1% of the vote. So that's very close, right? Not much between 3rd and 4th. For what it's worth, it was slightly more than 0.1 because this is a rounded vote. It's like I don't know, like 1.3? Anyway, that's not the detail that matters. The detail that matters is who it is with the 22.1% of the vote. And that's Helena Meyer. Helena, you're in the globals. Who's in 2nd? The Americas and the Middle East. It's Hugo Capelletto. Brazil, you guys have knocked it out of the park with the audience votes, with the viewer votes. Hugo, you're already in the globals though, mate. You can't get through twice. I'm not going to put you through twice, but I will put you through once with a massive high five for coming 2nd overall in the entire main professional series. And that just leaves our viewer vote winner from Africa and Asia with 25.4% of the vote, winning not only the viewer vote for the main professional category, but the last place in the World Monologue Games 2021 Global Finals. It is Steve Nganga from Kenya. I'm so sorry, Steve. That is totally not how your name's pronounced, but it just came out really badly. Steve Nganga. I'm sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it doesn't matter because what's important is that you're going through to the global, Steve. You're going to need to send me an audio file of how you say your name because I just butchered that totally. Anais, Animodu, Helena, Steve, congratulations, guys. You are going through to the global finals of World Monologue Games 2021. Let's congratulate our new global finalists. All of these beautiful people from 11 different countries. That is a fantastic achievement. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Now, I got me here a little video. Let's have a little peek at the winners. Give me 1 second though, just to make sure I don't have any microphone problems. Okay, let's have a look at the winners reel.
Today we had 15 homicides and 63 Bogan fights.
I want Lovable Bogan to be its own category this year.
I believe it with all my heart I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Ekonomi wami tego, czego nigdy nie czuł.
£5.7
Practice makes perfect. Now go to your room.
I'll make my heaven in a lady's lap.
Dog. Dog. Brennan.
Go fuck yourself, Brennan!
Single malt is the best of the good times.
Because you were the only one who could understand.
God, you're fucking killing me.
Why don't you write that fucking now?
There's so long of bone deformity.
Okinawa.
Why don't I matter to you?
But it's guy pooch.
Vaginas is all the fun stuff.
Just let him be a slave, please.
Bugger up.
Okay. Well, that's about it, guys. A huge... Oh, see, like I'm itchy again. Now I've got an itchy ear and my itchy face as soon as I put my camera on. It's so annoying. Why is that? I don't know. Someone tell me. There must be some law, like Murphy's Law, that makes this happen to your body when you're like on stage or on camera or something. But anyway... Huge congratulations to our 20 new global finalists. Some incredible talent going forwards. I'm really, really excited to see what happens in the globals. And I can't not say just how good some of the performers are and some of the performances we saw at the regionals of those who haven't even made it through. So my commiserations, heaps of brilliant actors didn't make it to the globals. It's a shame, but we have an incredible lineup. Like I said, super excited about it. For context, there is $1,000 cash prize for the winner of the main professional category. Second place gets $500. Pardon me, third place gets $200. So there's a lot at stake here other than the title of global champion in the whole freaking world. For the main professional category, there's some fantastic cash prizes. So get excited about that, our new global finalists. Just as a heads up for any of you guys watching, you'll get some emails from me shortly, but I'm going to be doing a live stream info session for the global finalists this Friday. Watch out for the email. I think it's scheduled to hit your inboxes tomorrow, just so I don't spam you with too much at once. And it would be great to see you there. I can talk a bit more about how the globals are going to work. But that's about it, guys. That's the end of the regional finals. So it's been a fantastic season. Like I said, 350 performers from 51 countries. It's just been special. And I really want to thank everybody who's participated in this event. It's nothing without you guys. It's just nothing. You know, the fact that we're able to get performers from all around the world, 50 countries, to participate on the same platform. It's an amazing thing, and I am so grateful that you guys have chosen to, be involved in World Monologue Games. And I would love to see you back again next year. It would just be an honor to have you again. The event's growing. Now's a good time to be doing it. We've had over 5,000 performers register in our first 2 years. So it's quite popular, and there'll no doubt come a time where just every second actor in the world is trying to get involved with this. But anyway, look, I think that's about enough from me. Thank you again to everybody who has participated in World Monologue Games. It's just been so wonderful to have you. We do have a film festival, World Monologue Film Festival. I'll send some information around to everybody. We'd love to get you involved in that. That's our way of keeping things going in the off season. We will try to do a physical screening in Sydney if COVID restrictions allow us. We did earlier this year, and we'll also do a live stream screening as well. So everybody around the world can participate and still see the event. But it's a cool little thing. You can check out the World Monologue Film Festival from last year. Some familiar faces in there. Just some really epic little films. It's a fun event, 1 to 2.5 minutes. Very similar to the games, except the emphasis is on the film production side, and there has to be camera movement. So people have done some really fun and clever things with it, and I'd love you guys to enter. It's just great to give people another platform to share their work and to continue creating during these awful, tough times for the world. But look, yep, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for tuning in. Congratulations to the winners, and I will see you all at the global finals. They're starting on Friday the 12th of November, is that correct? Yes, Friday the 12th of November, the World Monologue Games global finals kickoff, and I'll see you there.